Hey guys, EC Network here, coming at you with another video. So I just finished watching Space Jam: A New Legacy and wanted to give you guys my thoughts on it. As per usual with these videos, there will be spoilers at a certain point. I will let you know when spoilers are coming. Overall, I thought that Space Jam: A New Legacy was a fantastic movie, and honestly at certain points it even surpasses the original. Overall, I thought that this movie is much more than a LeBron James Looney Tunes collaboration, and honestly was a collaboration between so many different media brands. Like Nike plays a big role in it. Obviously the Looney Tunes, not only them but all the other Warner Media franchises play a big role in it as well, in addition to multiple players from the NBA, announcers, just celebrities in general. This felt like more of a big summer blockbuster than a Looney Tunes basketball collaboration like the original was. Anyway, spoilers ahead, you have been warned. So Space Jam: A New Legacy starts off pretty much the same way as the original Space Jam did. When in the original we went back to seeing Michael Jordan as a kid practicing, and in this one we see LeBron James practicing as a kid, and it shows that he used to play video games when he was little. He had a Game Boy that his coach was yelling at him saying, "You're too focused on games, you gotta focus on basketball because that's what you're good at. If you practice and practice, you can be one of the best players to ever play this sport." And LeBron obviously does that. He then becomes one of the most iconic NBA players in history, and here we are now. So LeBron basically has this same ideal for his son. He's like, hey look, his middle son, he doesn't focus on basketball, he focuses on video games, he wants to be a coder, and LeBron's like, no, you've got to focus on basketball, you've got to practice so you could be the best that you could possibly be. And his son just doesn't want any of that. His son's like, I'm not you, I want to code, I want to be a video game coder, I don't want to play basketball. And LeBron can't come to terms with that. What ends up happening is LeBron has a meeting over at Warner Brothers Studio where they have this new algorithm that can use LeBron's image and likeness in all of their films. LeBron isn't up for it. He's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a celebrity who's in all these different films. I just want to play basketball. And the algorithm gets angry. The algorithm is played by Don Cheadle, which was it was funny to see that, honestly. I knew that Don Cheadle was playing kind of the bad guy in this movie, but it was kind of weird to see that he's actually an algorithm inside of a server and he's not actually, like a real person in the movie. But anyways, LeBron pisses off Don Cheadle's character, who is called Algorithm or something like that. I'm just going to refer to him as Don Cheadle because it's easier. Anyway, so Don Cheadle's character gets pissed off and he sucks LeBron's son and LeBron into the serververse, where he tells LeBron, look, you have to win a basketball game against my team, otherwise you're going to be stuck in the serververse forever. And so LeBron, just like Michael Jordan, has to assemble a team of basketball players. He gets thrown into Toon World, where we see that it has an occupancy of 1, which immediately I was like, wait, what happened to all the Looney Tunes? Why is there only 1 left? And so it turns out that Don Cheadle's character got rid of all of the Looney Tunes. He basically told them, hey, you guys can do much better than just being cartoons. You could be in other stuff as well. And so he sent them all away, and the only one who stayed behind was Bugs Bunny. And Bugs basically is like, LeBron, I got you, I can get you a good basketball team. And LeBron's like, alright, I want to get King Kong, I want to get the Iron Giant. He wants all these powerhouses, and Bugs is basically secretly just trying to get the Looney Tunes back together. He does that, they assemble a team of the Looney Tunes, and they train under LeBron James, and then they're ready to play the basketball game. On the other side, at the enemy front, Don Cheadle is using LeBron's son to basically take different basketball players in real life, like Anthony Davis, and make their own goon squad versions of them, where they're basically fused with different animals. Like Anthony Davis's character is fused with a hawk, and there's other characters fused with spiders and different stuff like that. So then it's time for the game itself, and the game itself is taking place in the serververse in the Looney Tunes world. The game was the one point of the movie where I was like, alright, this is kind of dragging on a bit. The game itself was probably like 35-40 minutes long, and I was like, that was kind of a long time to just be watching them play a made-up game of basketball, because it's not just a regular basketball game. They're using different like superpowers and stuff, and they have this kind of technique moves where it's like, oh, if you do like a cool technique, you get like 30 points or 50 points or 60 points. So it's not a regular basketball game like in the original where, it's either 2-point shot or a 3-point shot. So anyways, they play this basketball game. The Toon Squad is losing by a lot at halftime, and it is because LeBron James is like, we're playing basketball. You have to do things my way. You can't be loony. And so when they're at halftime, there was a bit of a funny moment. So if you guys watched my video on Monday, you know that I was saying one of my hopes for this movie was to see a Michael Jordan cameo. And Sylvester's like, hey, I found Michael Jordan in the audience. I found Michael Jordan. And I was like, oh, cool, we're going to see Michael Jordan in this. And then who walks in? Michael B. Jordan, the actor. It's not Michael Jordan, the basketball player. It is Michael Jordan, the actor. And I thought that was a funny moment. And even LeBron was like, that's the actor, not the basketball player. And the Looney Tunes were like, well, it's been 25 years. We kind of forgot what he looked like. And I thought that was a funny moment. Anyways, long story short, to wrap things up, the Looney Tunes obviously win. They win the basketball game, and LeBron kind of makes up with his son, apologizes for forcing basketball on him, and his son ends up going to a game coding camp instead of basketball camp at the end. Like I said, I really enjoyed this movie, especially the part where they were rounding up all the Looney Tunes. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie, honestly, because it was like we're seeing these Looney Tunes characters interacting with all these different Warner Media properties. Like, for example, Daffy Duck and Porky Pig were in Metropolis. They were trying to become the new Superman, and I guess Porky was going to be his sidekick. Then we see Tasmanian Devil is given to LeBron and the Looney Tunes by Rick and Morty, who are like, yeah, this guy's crazy, we don't want him, and they leave. And then you see that Wonder Woman is actually training Lola Bunny to be an Amazoness, or whatever they're called, a warrior. And so that was just really cool to see that all these Looney Tunes characters are just kind of doing different things now, trying to become bigger and better than they were before, when in reality, they should have just stuck with what they were doing. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It definitely is more than just a Looney Tunes LeBron James crossover. I think scope-wise and scale-wise, it is definitely bigger than the original. I don't want to say hands down it's a better movie, because they're both good in their own ways, but definitely the beginning of this movie I enjoyed more than the original. It just kind of dragged on a bit with the actual game itself. Like I said, it was like 40 minutes long. But anyways, let me know in the comment section below if you guys saw Space Jam: A New Legacy and what you thought of it. Do you think it's better than the original, or do you prefer the original over this one? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.